we're going to go over the Drake situation. Now, my first video about the Drake-Kendrick beef didn't necessarily like slap that hard. You know, it's maybe got like 178 views after a couple of days. Not one of my better videos. I think that short that I made, you know, about the reaction to Meet the Grams was kind of funny. I feel like that maybe merited more views than it got. I'm getting the idea that this whole Kendrick versus Drake algorithm is completely oversaturated, and I'm just getting lost in an absolute vortex of Drake-Kendrick reaction videos. But this video is going to be called Drake is Getting Canceled. And maybe I'll think of like some more clever of a title, like SJW cancellation, or this is cancel culture 101. I don't know. I think it's just going to be Drake's getting canceled, because that's exactly what's happening. And I'm going to go ahead and start by reading this comment that I just left on Anthony Fantano's video, and I'll unpack it from there. My thoughts. Kendrick is an SJW, and Drake is now getting canceled. I will now be viciously attacked for not thinking Drake should be deplatformed and canceled. Make no mistake about it, this is cancel culture 101. I personally liked Push-Ups and Family Matters better than Euphoria. Meet the Grams slapped. But now that the dust has settled, I basically think it just amounted to Kendrick calling Drake a PDF file. And now the world is canceling Drake. Call me crazy, but I think it wasn't a battle anymore after Kendrick's allegations. And Drake won up until that point, so for me, Drake won. I think Kendrick is the better MC overall for this kind of thing. But it isn't a battle anymore. It's SJW cancel culture. This was not the greatest beef effort. It's SJW cancel culture. So close, too. Damn. SJWs really do ruin everything. Confirmed. Now this is going to maybe be seen as a hot take, and you know, just like I said in the comment, now people are going to proceed to attack me for not thinking that Drake should be deplatformed. So now I got to go into those murky waters where I got to try to defend everything that Drake did, right? Well, the thing about me deciding to make this video is that this is actually pretty similar to what I've been going through. You see, I had a select number of moments over the course, actually of kind of a short period of time, because I was going through something. So in Drake's situation, these are moments selected throughout his entire career, okay? There's the interview with this girl talking about something about like how Drake is involved in high school women's basketball, okay? And I'll bet these girls are stoked about that too. Seriously. Like, oh my gosh, Drake is here, okay? And from what we know, from what we have as far as evidence, he's not boinking any of these high school girls, okay? He's giving back to the community. And you might say, oh, come on, but you know this and you know that. Because that's kind of the point here. See, my thing with my cancellation, most of my clips are actually from, like, one short period of time where I was going through a crisis. So in my situation, a crisis was leveraged over my head. And people are trying to paint me like that's just who I am eternally all the time. But with Drake, you know, the incident on the stage at his concert, well, that's when he was 23 years old. And, you know, he's on stage with a 17-year-old girl. He doesn't know how old she is. She looks very mature. And then he asks how old she is, and he's like, whoa, and he backs off. But then he kind of goes in and grabs her hand and gives her a kiss on the forehead. That's a little bit weird. But let's not get carried away, man. Like, you know, what if we add a year to both of them? Then she's 18 and then he's 24. You know what I mean? Like, it's questionable, but that's a moment from young Drake's career, okay? How long ago is this? How old is Drake now? Drake's 37 years old now, okay? So we're talking about over 10 years ago. We're talking about 14 years ago. 14 years ago, Drake did that. So I know that like I talk about just recently in my video where I talk about operant conditioning or classical conditioning. You know, you can't tell the difference between real life and looking at a screen. So when you take somebody's worst moments and you play them all back to back to back to back to back, your little monkey brain is like, hey, look what Drake did! Cancel now! Destroy! So I just want you to think about that, okay? I'm not going to say that it's not weird that Drake did that. But Drake did that 14 years ago. And he probably made that girl's night. And he did not have sex with that woman. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I don't know how to do the Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. He didn't, okay? So he had that weird little moment 14 years ago. And then you know what he did up until his next weird moment? Smashed through a bunch of 11 out of 10, 21, 25-year-old women. 18-year-old women. Legal women. He smashed through way more legal women than any of us have. Which, you know, that's not that great of a thing to do. But that's a different video, okay? So then, he texts 17-year-old Billie Eilish, okay? And it's just a couple of texts. And, you know, she was probably thrilled about it. She said that Drake was nice. And then everybody's like, oh, yeah, we all know why he's nice. There's no proof of a crime, bro. You know what I mean? And so probably, arguably the weirdest thing of it all, we went over the women's basketball thing. So there's this 14-year-old up-and-coming star from Australia. I don't even know anything about this girl. And she talks about how, you know, she's texting Drake and he gives her advice about boys. And then he's like, I miss you so much. And she says, I miss you more. And that's weird because she's 14. But then she says on Twitter, it's like, everybody needs to chill. This guy is a connection of mine in the industry. And we're just friends. Nothing's going on. So we have a handful of moments throughout Drake's entire career that have been spliced together to become this like MK Ultra brainwashing hit piece. Because you know what all of those clips are connected by? 5 to 10 years of Drake running through 18 to 29-year-old women. Now, do I know for a fact that Drake never broke the law? Do I know for a fact that Drake never, like, you know, slept with underage women? No, I don't. But do you know for a fact that he did? And how does this country work? How does the legal system work? Have you ever heard a little saying called innocent until proven guilty? And then people are like, well, why are you riding for Drake? And dude, why are you such a Drake dick rider? And dude, why are you, dude, just cancel him, bro. That's what everybody else is doing, bro. Just deplatform him, bro. Here's a tomato, bro. Throw it. Or you're apologizing for a pedophile. But a PDF file. But I'm not. Because there's no evidence to what he is. But, oh yeah, well, you know, we know about all these allegations in the industry. He probably is. Bro, I do not support cancel culture. And I stand by what I said about the debate. Or about the rap battle. It's funny because it's like, in a way, a rap battle kind of is like a debate. But it's like, bro, by the time Drake dropped the Heart Part 6... it was over, bro. I don't care if the Heart Part 6 wasn't Fire Flames. I thought Push-Ups and Family Matters were great tracks. I liked it better than Euphoria. I thought Euphoria like was kind of funny. I kind of liked Kendrick's flow. I thought those tracks were better than Euphoria. I don't really remember much about the other tracks. The only one that really stands out to me, obviously, is Meet the Grams. But I stand by what I said, bro. Now that all the dust is settled and I see how things are playing out, all that track amounts to is Kendrick calling Drake a PDF file. That is all that track amounts to at this point for me. And that's not clever, and that's not creative, and I don't support it. And I see people now, like, you know, these women, and let's face it, women are normies and they can't stand up to anything like this. It's like, oh, you know, I had Drake do a feature, but I'm not going to release the track until the allegations are cleared up. And this is where the video I already made comes in. And I need to clarify, and I probably should have clarified better because it would have aged better. But maybe I did and I just don't remember. I said that Kendrick Lamar is on some Black Lives Matter type shit. What I meant by that was that he's an SJW. So that's like Black Lives Matter, Antifa, woke, far left, black people good, white people bad, okay? I wasn't trying to like take a shot at like black culture because I think black culture is above that. Let me show you what I know about black culture, right? I'm a white guy wearing a flat-brimmed hat talking about hip-hop. Let me tell you what I know about black culture. I know that I saw an interview with DJ Vlad like almost 10 years ago, like 8 years ago, an interview with Lord Jamar. Yeah? You guys know Lord Jamar? I respect Lord Jamar. And he doesn't like white boys. He doesn't like white people in rap. Somebody go tell Lord Jamar to watch my video, and he's not going to like it. He's not going to like me talking about rap. He's not going to like the fact that I'm a rapper. He's made it very clear that hip-hop is black culture and that white people don't belong in it. But you know what else he said? When they talked about Black Lives Matter, that's not my movement. That's George Soros's movement. That's what he said, bro. He is like a black supremacist. He is like a guy that thinks that black people should stick together and look out for their own best interests and fuck what anybody else thinks. And he says, I do not support Black Lives Matter because that is George Soros's movement. That is not my movement. That is an op. That is opposition. Okay, I don't remember exactly what he said from there, but he didn't support Black Lives Matter, bro. And he's like radical with like real woke black stuff. Okay, woke, I use that word interchangeably for like a lot of different stuff, but he's not about this counterculture psyop black culture, bro. He knows what it is. Like, he's in the struggle. And you know, he probably doesn't like neo-Nazis, which is a really radical thing to say, and I don't want to go too far down that path, but you know, it's like, he doesn't like white supremacists, but he just doesn't really like white boys, period. So it's to this thing where it's like, I have a feeling he feels similar to how I do. Because he's like, yo, I'm black, and I'm looking out for black interests, and like, this movement ain't looking out for me. This Black Lives Matter is funded by big George Soros money, and this ain't for me. This ain't my movement. So I'm not trying to say like he likes neo-Nazis or anything, but you know, it's just like, he's just so real that he can respect somebody who's real. He'd rather have a white guy tell him to his face what he thinks, and you know, he's probably going to catch some hands for saying that, but he doesn't like fake white boys. And he doesn't like fake white boy Black Lives Matter movements. So maybe that's kind of a weird point to unpack in this video. But I'm just telling you a little bit about what I know about black culture. And I called it in my video, okay? Kendrick Lamar is on some Black Lives Matter woke shit. And you know who else called it? Drake. You always rapping like you're trying to set the slaves free. Drake called it as well. And he says, you know, he's just not really about it, or he's just doing it for the image or whatever. I mean, I kind of feel like maybe Kendrick really is about it, whatever it is. But what it is like the psyop, woke. He might as well just be an advertisement for Black Lives Matter, man. You know? And he's cancel culture. And so he comes out with these accusations against Drake. And now I like what Drake said in his last rap. I definitely don't think that, you know, when it comes to like, oh, are you honestly going to say The Heart Part 6 was better than Meet the Grams? I was like, bro, it's over. Like, it's an allegation. I'm watching the entire internet. I'm looking at these comment sections, bro, and people are being savage. Somebody's just like, you know, bro, like, I feel like people are going a little bit too hard, and like, Drake should still be able to have a platform and rap. And then people in the comments are like, oh, look at you defending like a woman underage sexualizer. Like, I don't even know what to say. I don't want to like get the video flagged or whatever, but like, people are getting attacked. Like, they're apologizing for a sex offender when they try to say that Drake shouldn't be deplatformed and canceled, bro. This is not a rap battle anymore. The entire internet is waving freaking tiki torches saying, you are a horrible person if you don't think that Drake should be canceled. This is cancel culture 101. Nothing more, nothing less. Kendrick Lamar is an SJW taking part in cancel culture, and everybody's in a big cancel culture. Drake needs to be deplatformed. And the glue that holds all those clips together of this small handful of instances throughout Drake's entire career, the glue that connects those clips is Drake smashing through primo legal women, bro. Like, you are taking things that happened over the course of 14 years, man, and putting it all together. Like, all Drake does is text 14-year-old girls. And if you ask Billie Eilish, it's like, well, I thought he was really nice. You ask that Australian chick, oh my gosh, he's so great. You talk to the 17-year-old girl at the concert, that was the best night of my life. You talk to the girls' basketball teams, oh my gosh, Drake, like, played basketball with us and watched the games, and we felt like we were so lucky. Oh, but then, you know, somebody comes in and is like, well, they don't realize that they're getting groomed, and they don't realize what's happening, and oh, they can't comprehend, and just shut up, little lady, like, this doesn't go along with our agenda. So then there's the fact that he dated a girl that he knew beforehand, and then that's probably just where I'm just not even going to get into it. An 18-year-old woman could do whatever she wants, bro, and he waited till she was 18, so, I don't know, man. Like, now we're going outside of the law. Like, it's just like a matter of, did he break the law? I guess, now I'm starting to think like a lawyer here, okay? Thinking like a lawyer, it's like, well, make grooming illegal then. Make it illegal. It's like, oh, you see, Your Honor, like, here's a picture of Drake on Instagram with this girl when she's 16, and now she's 18, and now she's consenting to be with him. So I rest my case. I was like, okay, you gotta go to prison because you broke the law by grooming, okay? So if that's what it is, then take it to court and press charges. But my whole thing is like, Drake's not in jail, and then people are like, oh, well, lots of famous people are predators or whatever, and like they don't go to jail. It's like, well, it looks like they are, bro. It looks like Epstein didn't kill himself, and it looks like Weinstein got Me Too'd, justly, by the way. I'm pretty sure. Sure. Let's not even go there. And then looks like Diddy is getting in some trouble. So I don't know, man. It looks like eventually the hammer does fall. Oh, well, now the hammer's falling on Drake. Is it because there's evidence that he did anything wrong? Or is it because we watched some clips from over the course of his entire career and everybody's low-key jealous because Drake is like a really unique artist who's like really dominated hip-hop for a really long time, bro? Seems like everybody's just kind of ready for Drake to be done, bro. Seems like, what's his name? If Young Metro don't trust, he seems like Young Metro is ready for him to be canceled. He just dropped that diss track. It's like, here you go, everybody. Everybody can hop on this for free. Whoever makes the best Drake diss track, it's a free beat. Oh, wow, so he's fueling the fire. Gee, I wonder if that has to do anything with the fact that, like, one of the most memorable lines of any rap battle beef track, it's like, shut the fuck up, N-word, and make some drums. You know what I mean? I mean, he just got roasted by Drake. Gee, I wonder if he has any inspiration to cancel Drake. I wonder if, like, all of these rappers have some inspiration to cancel Drake. Bro, I see what's happening, and I'm not going to comment. Like, you know, I've discussed this in chat with my audience before, and I don't want to make it sound like, you know, I'm accusing you guys or anything. Things have been pretty slow in my chat lately. Things have been just whatever. I didn't have a great day today. But this is bullshit, dude. Like, I'm watching Drake get canceled. This is it. This is cancel culture. This is not any different. And if you're going to try to say it's different, you don't know what cancel culture is, bro. Everybody's a detective now because we all watched the same, like, TMZ video. The girl from Australia literally said that everybody's freaking out. Like, she said there's no problem. So what's the problem, dude? Billie Eilish said Drake was great. So what's the problem? The basketball chick said that Drake was great. So what's the problem, bro? Is it a little bit weird? Sure, man. But that video was 9 years old. Like, I'm pretty sure the video that Kendrick saw, or like the video that everybody's kind of referring to, is 9 years old, bro. And life went on, bro. So what's different now? Now everybody's talking about it. Now it's trending. Now it's tweeting. Oh, well, now everybody's paying attention. So, my whole thing, guys, wrapping up, I don't like cancel culture, bro. And what Drake said in his last track, which wasn't super flashy or anything, and like, you know, if I kind of like don't make the points that I made earlier, yeah, Meet the Grams was way better than that track. And then the track after that too. But I think the battle's over. I think now Drake has to be on the defensive, which isn't allowing him to slap anymore. Because the fun police have showed up. The SJW cancel culture, Black Lives Matter cancel culture police have showed up. And now I'm watching the entire internet close in on Drake. And I'm probably not going to be able to do anything about it. And the best outcome I could possibly get for this video is everybody coming into my comment section and basically calling me a PDF file for like trying to defend Drake. That's cancel culture. Like, the hill that I'm going to die on is this is cancel culture. So at least be consistent. Like, if you've always been Black Lives Matter and you've always been one of these people, then whatever. This is just what you do, man. You just follow the narrative like a freaking goose, and, you know, this is what you do. But if you're like, well, I don't support cancel culture, but this is different. It's not. It's not different. And, I mean, look, if you want to act like you think Drake is going to get guilty of something, because that's the point I keep not finishing, is like, let's see it. Let's see it, Kendrick. Drop a diss track and talk about when Drake, like, did it. Like, you know, when did he sleep with an underage woman? And then, you know, Drake's going to jail. And then it's a big deal. And then, oh my gosh. But we all know he's just talking about those videos that we all saw, bro. And I'm not going to hash that out any more than I already have. So, I don't support cancel culture. I never will. I've been a victim of cancel culture myself. And, you know, in my situation, I'm not proud of, like, some of the clips that have been used against me. But there's some circumstances that people aren't willing to understand, because cancel culture is fueled by jealousy. Like, you know, they want to remove competition. There's people in this for different reasons, bro. There's people fueled by this, like, virtue signaling, and then there's people in it who just are jealous of Drake, man. And it's a really ugly thing, and I think it's a little bit ballsy for me to put this take on the internet, but this is how I feel about it, bro. You know, if somebody can prove that Drake slept with an underage woman, then I'll be right there with you, bro. But so far, I think we all know, like, what the allegations are. And some of it happened 14 years ago, and none of it was against the law. And I'll never support cancel culture. That's it. God bless.